Well, in this video we're going to compare all the weapons available to the Combat Medic class. Any weapons that aren't here will have their own dedicated video at some point. The T1 Cycler is your standard Combat Medic starter weapon, which with its basic stats works extremely well. Its rate of fire is in the middle of the road of the assault rifles at 750 rounds per minute, and the recoil feels non-existent. No real notable attachments, but for a starter weapon this gets the job done. The Cycler TRV is the fastest shooting assault rifle at 845 rounds per minute. It does have the highest first shot recoil multiplier, but with the certs showing you that this weapon is built for close quarters with soft point ammo and advanced laser dot, there's really no need to worry about it. This is a T1 that shoots faster. Sabre 13 is built for longer ranges with its high velocity ammo, compensator and advanced forward grip. This weapon forces you to fire 2-shot bursts, but seeing as you're trying to pick people off at long range, this isn't so bad. The Sabre has the hardest hitting rounds of all the assault rifles at 167 per round at 10 meters instead of 143. It shoots the slowest, but has the lowest first shot recoil. So all in all, this weapon is the long range weapon of choice. The T1B Cycler. Not much to say about this weapon, as it's exactly the same as the starter T1, except you're forced to use 3-shot bursts. So stick with the starter weapon and just learn to burst shoot yourself. The T1S Cycler. Well, there's always one. A jack of all trades gun. It's pretty much the same as the starter weapon, but it shoots a little slower, but has so many more attachments available to it. Soft point and high velocity ammo, compensator, and the extremely fun and useful under barrel attachments.
Some of the under barrel attachments are quite nice. The shotgun, however, can only fire 1 shot at a time, which does the same damage as a normal shotgun, and you need to reload after each shot. Don't bother getting this as it's completely useless and you might as well use your pistol. The smoke grenades, I really like this for team play as you can reduce the enemy's vision in corridors or anywhere really. The HSNV scopes do see through the smoke, so if your team has them equipped and the enemy doesn't, you can block their vision and you can still see them and they can't see you. Just a bit more tactical advantage you can use there. The HE grenades do less damage than the thrown ones, but if you hit the target in the chest it should kill them, but generally it takes 2 to kill. Any Call of Duty fans will also know that when you fire an underbarrel grenade, it takes a few seconds to arm for a little set distance. It's the same in Planetside too.
The TAR is a slightly better version than the TVR, same attachments, but you can move faster while aiming down the sight, so that's a really big plus for this weapon. It has a tighter hip fire cone fire, but shoots slightly slower. So you're going to get a lot more accuracy at close quarters as well, but you're just going to get a few less rounds out, but you're likely to get more on target. That's how this one's going to work out. The NS11A. This is a common pool weapon, which means it can be used by all factions. So if you're a traitor, this weapon's for you. And yes, I'm looking at you, you traitor. It's pretty average, but it does have soft point and high velocity ammo, with also a compensator. The NS11A does benefit from the increased aim down sight movement that the TAR has, but shoots slower than all the TR weapons at 652 rounds per minute. Compared to the differences between the NC SMGs, the TRs are almost non-existent. Don't get me wrong, the HailStorm is still the best of them. Before you look at the differences, let's have a look at the similarities. They're pretty much the same reload speeds, have exactly the same bullet damage, first shot multiplier, cone of fire bloom, and the same certs, apart from the Armistice can get extended mags, but equipping them over the advanced laser dot is crazy. The differences are the ammo pools. The HailStorm gets 60 shots over the Armistice's 30, which gives the HailStorm double the damage per mag of the Armistice. Also, the HailStorm has a tiny bit more recoil, but you wouldn't notice. Also shoots a tiny bit slower. Another thing you also wouldn't notice. Other than that, they're pretty much the same, but the HailStorm wins out just because of the magazine size. You just reload less, saves you so much time. Class wise, on an infiltrator, these guns also retire the automatic scout rifles from the game and make the infiltrator a deadly close combat weapon on the battlefield. For the heavy assaults, you're still going to want your LMGs as they're more versatile to different encounters, but the SMGs would be a good close combat weapon to replace the shotguns. When you compare to the carbines and assault rifles, the SMGs fit nicely in the middle with them, but because they get used by all classes except the maxes of course, I'm sure a lot of medics, engineers and light assaults are going to be picking these up. AS16 Nighthawk. I've gone off the shotguns really as they're too pricey for the limited use. I would rather see them at about 500 certs. It's pretty much mandatory to use slug ammo as the pellets are ineffective at anything other than in their face or in their back. The rate of fire, you empty your clip within seconds and have to resort to your pistol more often than you'd like, so the extended mags are also mandatory as well. At an average distance, it takes about 2 or 3 shots to kill if you can get all the pellets on target. TS4 Haymaker. The rate of fire makes the Haymaker feel very clunky and unwieldy. 8-shot mag is standard, 12 with an extended mag. With slug ammo you should easily get 2 or 3 kills per clip. That's if you can land all the shots of course. FA1 Barrage. It's basically the Haymaker with less ammo but half a second faster reload. I mean come on, I would rather have 2 extra shots over half a second faster reload any day of the week. The TX1 Repeater with burst fire mode you'll be pleased to know will out DPS the mag shot. It's just the sheer speeds you can get the rounds off. Of course you're only going to pull this weapon out in them oh crap please die moments, and with 21 rounds in your magazine you've got plenty of ammo to get the job done. You can also add a laser dot with all the pistols to get a better hip fire accuracy. The TX2 Emperor. I'm surprised by the size of the clip, as the other 2 factions' harder hitting pistol has reduced ammo. Now, the Repeater will out DPS the Emperor, but the Emperor has more damage in its magazine, as it hits harder but shoots at half the speed, so it's down to preference. What do you want? Faster shooting weapon, or harder hitting one and slower shooting weapon? But remember, the Repeater is free and the Emperor is not. For other classes and factions, please click on the annotations in front of you, like, rate and subscribe to the channel for further updates.